Album of the Week, episode 68. Hey guys, this week we're taking a look at the London Symphonies by Haydn. This was recorded by the Dresdner Philharmonie under Gunther Herbig. So the London Symphonies are probably Haydn's most famous. It includes numbers 93 to 104. 104 is known as the London Symphony. I'm personally working on that for my lessons, the trumpet parts of that. Not the most exciting as far as trumpet playing goes, but kind of interesting. So his 93rd symphony to his 98th, I believe, were all within Haydn's first visit to London. And then 99 through 104 was all part of his second visit to London. And it was composed in Vienna and London, those last ones. And these are the final symphonies that Haydn ever wrote, which is kind of interesting too. So this specific album is a 4 CD set. So I listened to every single one. Yeah, 12 symphonies. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of listening. But it's really nice. It comes with 4 little cases here. Comes with a nice thing here. It's cool to have a collection of all of the London Symphonies. I'll just read this little excerpt they have here in the album liner notes. These symphonies, the culmination of Haydn's oeuvre. What is that? What is that? O-E-U-V-R-E. Oeuvre. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know what that is, though. These symphonies are taken for granted today. In fact, they're something of a marvel. Haydn spent nearly 3 decades in seclusion in the service of the princes of Esterhazy, a post which brought him security but also made him feel isolated. Then in 1790, the violinist and impresario Joseph Peter Salomon, and I should mention, this isn't in here, these are sometimes known as the Salomon Symphonies, mostly the London Symphonies, but commissioned him to do work in his London productions. In London between 1791 and 1795, Haydn wrote his 12 last symphonies, works whose great popularity in our time is not limited to nicknamed evergreens like the Surprise Symphony, number 94, and then the Clock Symphony, number 101. In England, the life of the 60-year-old composer changed radically. Instead of writing symphonies for a prince, he now wrote symphonies for the public. After that, the rise of the middle class became apparent even in Eisenstadt. So this was a cool transition point where now classical music was starting to be more readily available for the common folk of the time. So the London Symphonies, as it said in here, it started to be for the people rather than just the wealthy people, princes and queens and all that stuff. So this is a really, really great album. Like I said, it's a really cool collection of all of them. Like I said, it was a lot of listening. It's got like 5 hours of music on here, so good thing I drive a lot, because that was a lot of listening. I only listened through that whole thing once, and I worked specifically on the 104th Symphony, so that's the one I was mostly focusing on. But they're all great symphonies. These works are hugely important for the classical era within classical music sphere. So really important works, and I'm glad I have a copy of all of the London Symphonies. That's really, really cool. So yeah, that's all I had to say on that album. So next week we're taking a look at Beethoven's 5th Symphony and his 7th Symphony with the Wiener Philharmoniker under Carlos Kleiber. This will be linked below where you can purchase this. I bought this on Amazon, so that's what I will link below. But excited to take a look at this. I'm working on this one as well in my lessons. Beethoven's 7th Symphony. And I played the 5th Symphony. That was my first orchestral piece that I played when I was a freshman at UWSP. Not a freshman, but my first year at UWSP. I transferred in. Anyways, though, thanks so much for watching. This will be linked below where you can purchase this. Like I said, it's really cool just to have all the London Symphonies, you know, on CD. So thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, thumbs up, subscribe, bell button so you don't miss any of my other videos. Comment below any album recommendations. Always looking for great music to check out. So thanks so much, and I will see you next week.